Hello everybody, this is Fronto Bob here and welcome back to the NASCAR Siemens National Series. This is race number 2, the Amtrak 300 at Homestead Miami Speedway. After me having to do 7,000 attempts and trying to get this thing to do it right, I'm finally here. You know, I had quite a few problems trying to get this race started, but we're finally here now, and thankfully better than ever. So let's give you your starting grid. Starting on pole for today's race is Daytona winner Christopher Bell. Alongside him is Kevin Harvick. Starting in third, just behind them, is Tyler Reddick. With fourth place is Kyle Busch. Fifth is Bank Coaches. Sixth is Dom Wazowski. Seventh is Ed Wood. Eighth is Brad Keselowski. Ninth is Henne. 10th is Kyle Larson. 11th is Russell David. 12th is Ty Majeski. 13th is Rebecca. 16th. 12th is I think 13th is Rebecca. 14th is Michael Lynette. 15th is Brandon Jones. 16th is Elliott Sadler. 17th is Justin Allgaier. 18th is Matt Tifft. 19th is Ryan Reed. 20th is Ty Dillon. 21st is Cole Custer. 22nd is Ryan Sieg. 23rd is Garrett Smithley. 24th is Bob Hunter. 25th is Ross Chastain. 26th is Xander Mondi. 27th is Ernie Irvin. 28th is Shane Lamb. 29th is Vinnie Miller. 30th is Winston Rimmer. 31st is Jimmy Clements. And right at the field dead last is Rich Bronson, 32nd. So, finally got it right. We have all 26 or 32 drivers in the race, I mean. Yeah, I actually had a few problems with this roster. Originally, I forgot to put Edward and Henne, and also Bank Coaches had the wrong banner, but now everything's fixed, everything's set, and ready to go for a 67-lap race at Homestead Miami Speedway. And also, expect this will be the only repeat track of the season, so just gonna throw that out there. So we're coming here for the second race of the season, which is an interesting fact. But anyways, quite a few of these people are in their alternative paint schemes. We also have Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Bank Coaches in their first NASCAR Siemens National Series starts of the year. Some cases about Brad Keselowski and a few of these guys. Yeah, so here we have an interesting field, you know, and also we have a few alternative paint schemes like Dom Wazowski, Christopher Bell, and Russell David, and a few other guys as well, and Tyler Reddick as well, so can't forget about those other guys. So this is going to be a 67-lap race here at Homestead Miami Speedway, like I just said. And the big question is, of course, who's going to win? Well, we'll find out in 67 laps. So, everyone put in the comment section who you think will win here at Homestead Miami Speedway. But now it's time to get this race going. Pace car is going to pull on the pit road, and now everyone is just exiting turn number 4. And as we come to the start-finish line, green flag is underway. We're going green at Homestead Miami Speedway. Christopher Bell already coming with the lead going to turn number 1. And now it looks like, oh wow, we have 4 wide for second place. Holy moly, 4 wide between Bank Coaches, Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. 3 Cup Series regulars all bunched in for second place. This is already turning out to be a crazy race. But now Bank Coach is now just trying to pull away from the guys up behind them. Meanwhile, we still have multiple cars in multiple lanes. Oh, and already we have an accident, and everyone has gotten into quite a bit of a damage. It's a massive pileup on the front straightaway. Already, several cars are going to be out of this race. Holy well, I don't know who's actually going to be out of this race, but we're going to find out as soon as we come back to the finish line. But it's a big pileup on the front straightaway. Just lap number 1, and already crazy things are happening in this race. Several cars have damage on them. That is not very good for these drivers. You know, a lot of these guys want to have a good day, and so far, it's not a super good day for most of these guys. Looks like several of these guys are already about to come down on the pit road. But a crazy start to the race. Oh, not even 1 lap completed, already a massive pileup on the front straightaway. Let's actually rewind time and take a look at that pileup once again from a different driver's perspective. In fact, if we just rewind time and take a look back here, everyone was coming here, and it looks like exactly what happened is that is that we had a 4 wide race for second between Ed Wood, Tyler Reddick, Dom Jozowski, and Kyle Busch. And it looks like Dom Jozowski got squeezed in by Tyler Reddick and then just trying to trigger a massive pileup. Although, what did that trigger that pileup, though? There was like a massive moment. I think it wasn't exactly happened when Kyle Busch slammed or was shoved into the outside wall. So, Kyle Busch, not a super good day for him. Let's take a look at this crash from the helicopter camera. In fact, if we take a look from above, so drivers come through, and yeah, that is quite the push. Although this is quite an interesting view from up here. Look at that, you can see quite a bit of the pileup. Several cars just got boxed in. Wow, that is a big mess of cars on the front straightaway. So already a crazy start to this race. Look at that, just cars everywhere. Holy moly. So this race isn't off to the best start for some of these guys. So now we're just going to go back to where we were before. And now it looks like several of these guys are going to be coming down the pit road. Yep, several cars coming on the pit road either to repair their car or to fix it. It looks like that most of the guys actually managed to make it through their crash, but some people have some damage. Here's Brandon Jones. He's just crawling to pit road, and same thing. Oh, well, actually, it looks like Michael Inez just hanging behind Brandon Jones. He doesn't want to go too fast. And that's Kevin Harvick on the racetrack. He has several cars with damage as well. Kyle Busch. Lots of damage, man. Lots of damage on a lot of these cars. Several of them are going to be coming down pit road this time by. Let's see what they do with Elliott Sadler's car. As Elliott Sadler here has quite a bit of damage, as you can see. We'll have to see what exactly they do to this car. It looks like some people are now just not choosing to go on pit road. It looks like they're going to be right behind the pace car. There's number 264, Winston Rimmer. He's just flying ahead. Oh, never mind. Elliott Sadler's just retired from the race. So, yeah. So, race is only just getting to stuff. Looks like Bank Coach is the first one off of pit road. And yeah, that's Winston Rimmer. It looks like he's now speeding up. And several of these other guys are now actually coming off pit road. It looks like Russell David, he has a bit of damage on his car. Kyle Larson, looks like they ripped the hood off of his car completely. And it looks like we've had a few or several guys on pit road. Yeah, lots of guys on pit road. Dom Jozowski, all these guys. Oh, it looks like Henry's now just pulling out of his stall. But several guys. Oh, it looks like some guys are going on pit road. But, I mean, some guys are actually trying to repair their cars. But quite a lot of damage for quite a few of these guys. So overall, a very crazy race so far at Homestead. We haven't even gotten one green flag lap, and it looks like several of these guys are going to be catching up to each other. So this is going to be a very interesting restart. We're going to see exactly who is where, but there are just several cars with damage after that pileup. And what was the worst thing about the crash is that the pileup itself happened at the very front of the field, and so several drivers, some of them couldn't avoid it, and they wound up just getting damaged. So here's Henry, here's Michael Annette, and Kyle Busch. Ah, here comes Dom Jozowski. Looks like he's now back onto the racetrack with a very crunched up car. Yeah, it looks like some of these, or actually it looks like that everyone for the most, well, I mean, of course some guys didn't survive the crash, but those who did were able to repair their cars. And it looks like now they're just catching back up to the field. So this is going to make for a very interesting restart. It looks like we're going to be single file, so we're not going to be having all the double file stuff that we had like we did on the restart. Here's Shane Lamb, now all the way back here. Yeah, look at that. Dom Jozowski not having a great day so far. Apart from the rest of them was, well, actually, where's Bank Coaches in the race? Yeah, it looks like Russell David. I mean, he does have some hood damage, although he did make it through most of the crash mostly clean, but for the most part, it looks like Bank Coach made through clean as well. So far, yeah. So for at least two of the Toval Motorsports driver, it's somewhat of a okay day. But as for most of these other guys, yeah. Here's Shane Lamb just going into position, and here comes Tyler Reddick with a severely damaged car. So quite a few cars have some damage. We're gonna have to see what exactly happens on the restart. But it looks like everyone's gonna be getting into formation this time by. Yep, indeed. So we're going to be going green next time by. So it looks like everyone's just going to be getting into formation. I say that everyone is now just single. Oh, there's Shane Lamb though. It looks like Shane Lamb was a lap down, so he's going to start on the front row with Kevin Harvick. But everyone else, however, is on the lead lap. So everyone else will be doing stuff as the race progresses. But here is Shane Lamb. It looks like he'll be starting in first alongside of Kevin Harvick. Yeah. And it looks like Winston Rimmer's up here in fourth, so it's quite an interesting day for Winston Rimmer. That Teddy Ryan Racing Dodge Challenger is up there. That's going to make for an interesting restart. So now Kevin Harvick is the leader in the race with Matt Tifft. So your top 5 as of right now is Kevin Harvick, Matt Tifft, Bank Coaches, Winston Rimmer, and Christopher Bell. So thankfully Christopher Bell didn't fare too badly in the crash. Yep, Christopher Bell is your defending winner from Daytona, so we'll have to see exactly what he'll be able to do on the restart. As we just fast forward a bit, just so I don't bore you guys too much with the caution laps. Here we go off of turn number 4. About to have the restart. And we are once again underway here at Homestead Miami Speedway. A fairly tame restart. Kevin Harvick with quite the lead, but Bank Coaches just flies past Matt Tifft as he's standing still. Here comes Bank Coaches now just flying up to second with Matt Tifft behind him. It looks like Winston Rimmer is already losing spots, but then again, Winston Rimmer, again, that Teddy Ryan racing car is just not that fast. Although we do have Rebecca, looks like she's going to go for the overtake on her own teammate Ed Wood. This is an interesting scenario right here, but for the most part, everyone else is single file. So now we have Cup Series drivers in 1-2, being Kevin Harvick and Bank Coaches. Oh, it looks like Matt Tifft is going to get shoved to the outside lane. That's going to allow Christopher Bell and Edwin and Rebecca to get by him. Well, I say that Rebecca immediately gets held up by Matt Tifft, but we'll have to see how they fare out as the race progresses along. But here's Kevin Harvick now pulling away in first place. This isn't a play track, so it's going to not get the hardest thing to pull away, and Kevin Harvick is proving that right now. Here he is up here in first place. It's not the craziest thing in the entire world, but hey, it's something that will make Kevin Harvick happy. Even though some people say that Kevin Harvick should just stick to the Cup Series, but well. Meanwhile, some of these other guys are now just battling for a position. It looks like Edwin has now been able to overtake Christopher Bell for third, but it looks like Christopher Bell's going to do the crossover move. He's going to sweep underneath Edwin, and Christopher Bell's going to take the position back almost. Oh, yep, pretty much. Edwin is pretty much stuck on the outside lane, and Christopher Bell is going to take the position back. Oh, it looks like Ryan Reed and a few of these guys are now down pit road. Not sure exactly what they're up to, but they're certainly doing things. Here is Justin Allgaier having a bit of a play with Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski went way up on the inside lane. That was not a good move on his end. Oh, here's Russell David. I just realized it looks like Russell David is now making his way back up to the pack. Despite the fact that Russell David has some brief damage on his car, he's still running in the top 10. So overall, at least 2 of the Top Motorsports cars in the top 10 being Bank Coaches and Russell David. Dom Tromazowski is a slightly different story. It looks like a few of these guys are now just coming back onto the racetrack. In fact, if we take a look around, most of the people are by themselves. Kyle Busch is all the way back here in 20th, so not a good day for him. And it looks like Dom Tromazowski with a severely messed up rear end is currently running in 18th. So Dom Tromazowski not quite able to magically back up his second place in the point standings after Daytona, but he's trying, but certainly not easy. Meanwhile, these guys are battling for a position anyways. Let's get back up to first place before we miss something important. Yeah, it looks like now. Oh, here comes Bank Coaches. It looks like Bank Coaches now gaining ground on Kevin Harvick, and it looks like back here, Ed Wood is now playing with Christopher Bell. So now we have a battle for the lead with a couple of Cup drivers, and a battle for second with a couple of Series regulars. Here comes Bank Coaches doing all in his power, or releasing all of his power to try to overtake Kevin Harvick, although it's certainly not the easy thing to do. Look at that. Bank Coaches. He is doing his absolute best to try to overtake Kevin Harvick, but it's certainly not easy. Meanwhile, back here, it is a bit easier to overtake back here, as currently Christopher Bell and Edward are having a bit of fun with each other, trying to swap positions and stuff like that. Oh, here comes Bank Coaches. He is going to now sweep his car right underneath Kevin Harvick, and Bank Coaches is now your race leader. Here is Bank Coaches, the red NF from the island of Soas, now in first place. Yes, indeed. You would normally see Bank Coaches at UTV Motorsports back in the Skills Cup Series. However, Bank Coaches has thrown to Bob, but if he gets some extra experience with the fact the over 9,000 cars come to be in the NASCAR Siemens, and throwing to Bob, he simply said yes, and that is why Bank Coaches has gotten this opportunity to put in an extra race here in the Team National Series. But here comes Kevin Harvick, now overtaking him once again on the inside lane. Kevin Harvick takes back the points, the race lead once again. It seems that it's now just a battle for position between Bank Coaches and Kevin Harvick. Here comes Bank Coaches once again going to the inside lane. He's going to overtake Kevin Harvick again. These two just keep on swapping positions for first. Holy moly. This, even though we have two Cup drivers, it's a very, very interesting race between Bank Coaches and Kevin Harvick for first place. It looks like Kevin Harvick, though, didn't get the best run off of the corner. And so, therefore, Kevin Harvick is now lost a teeny-weeny little bit of ground. It looks like these two are having some fun for first place, though. Edward and Christopher Bell continuing to swap places for second place. It's quite the interesting event, as you can see right here. Yep. A Soa Motorsport driver versus a Joe Gibbs driver. Here comes Edward once again. We're going to check up on these two guys. And here comes Edward once again. Edward now going underneath Christopher Bell. And it looks like they're going to be side by side coming off of the corner. And Christopher Bell is going to beat Edward to the line, even though this means nothing. This is the early on in the race. It looks like these two are running double file for quite an interesting amount of time. Meanwhile, we have Rebecca just sitting back here in 5th place. Rebecca, she's not doing too badly in her first ever NASCAR Siemens next series start. And Rebecca could definitely use the practice after she fell out early in the Daytona 500. But here she is, now practicing her racing lines for the Cup Series race. Yep. You know, Rebecca, quite a few people were kind of excited for Rebecca going into the Daytona 500, but unfortunately, Rebecca just got involved into an early lap crash. On lap number 7 of Daytona 500, there was a big crash which took out several drivers. And I think, I'm not entirely sure actually, but Rebecca was one of them. Actually, that's a bit of a lie. Rebecca wasn't one of them, although Rebecca didn't do that well in the Daytona 500 either way. So she's now taking this opportunity to gain some extra experience. Christopher Bell and Edward are continuing swap positions. Look at this. Whenever Christopher Bell takes 3rd place away, Edward just takes it back in the following corner. So far, that hasn't happened too much here in the lead, but Kevin Harvick is continuing to try to chase down Bank Coaches and try to take the lead back on him again. Meanwhile, here comes Adnan Keselowski. And it looks like Russell David is now just getting his car back on track. Yep. Here's Kevin Harvick continuing to chase after Bank Coaches for the lead. Of course, this isn't, you know, anything interesting. Well, I mean, this might be reminiscent to the Cup Series race tomorrow. You know, Bank Coaches and Kevin Harvick will both be racing in the Skills Cup Series race tomorrow here at Homestead. And, you know, this might be reminiscent of that. Oh, it looks like coming up on a very slow-moving Ty Majeski. Looks like Bank Coaches got on the brakes a bit. Oh, but Kevin Harvick is going to get completely held up by Ty Majeski. Wow, that was a bad move on Kevin Harvick's part. Kevin Harvick, he should have just done what Bank Coaches did, but Ty Majeski going very slow all the way back here in 22nd. Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick is continuing to chase down Bank Coaches for that first spot. Who knows if that's going to be the case or not. I don't know, Bank Coaches might be slowed down by the lap cars. We could see a similar story at Daytona. If you remember the Daytona Siemens next series race, the Grand Tour 300, Froito Bobbin led for so many laps until he got held up by a pack. And now Bank Coaches is driving the same car that Froito Bobbin did drive in that race. But at the same time, Bank Coaches is, you know, showing his power. You know, because there's the same over 9000 car that was fielded by Froito Bobbin in this, in race number 1 at Daytona. It looks like Bank Coaches is just easy peasily just making his way through the lap traffic. It looks like Edwin and Henry are still having a bit of fun for position. It looks like they're going to get held up a bit by Shane Lamb, though. Indeed. Well, it looks like now the leaders are getting past Michael Annett. So Bank Coaches, he has led quite a few laps so far in this race, and we'll have to see if that changes or not. My Bank Coaches, he is definitely putting in an effort for this race. Here's Kevin Harvick, though, right on his tail. Kevin Harvick is doing everything in his power to catch back up to Bank Coaches, I mean. And we could see a crazy lead change. But so far, ever since the restart, it has been the absolute most craziest race between Bank Coaches and Kevin Harvick. And realistically, after Kevin Harvick lost his position, Bank Coaches has led for most of the laps. But so far, it looks like it's just more of a endurance race for the most part. You know, no one's trying to pull any crazy moves, but at the same time, no one is, you know, going too slow for the most part because they're, you know, obviously trying not to damage their car. which is one of the key things to do to winning a race. I mean, sometimes you do have to push hard for that position, but it seems that these guys aren't super inclined to do it, or at least for now. It looks like Nia excuse me, Nia is not in this race. Although Nia, she does run number 2 back in the Skills Cup Series, but that's probably what got that confused. But Edward is the number 2 driver here in the NASCAR Siemens National Series. And so it's Motorsports he is. But Christopher Bell continuing to try to chase down Edward for that position. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world, but they're trying. But so far, nothing has drastically slowed down Bank Coaches or Kevin Harvick. These two have consistently put in some fast-ish lap times. All laps are progressively getting slower. Bank Coach is 1 second off the pace of his best lap from the start of the race. At least earlier on. Yep. You have to slow down quite a bit through the corners though, because Homestead is a fairly flat track. But these guys are trying to show that they do have what it takes, of course. So Bank Coach and Kevin Harvick continuing to lead. Meanwhile, it's still a battle for a second between Christopher Bell and Edward. So we'll have to see exactly if Christopher Bell can win this race again. It is, well, I mean, providing that Christopher Bell can catch up to the guys, you know, up there being Bank Coach and Kevin Harvick. But Edward, however, is still trying to do his best. And the same can be said about Christopher Bell. Both of these guys, for the most part. But not only just lowering the speed just a little bit going through the corner. But as it's the flat track, you have to go fairly slow through the corner. Looks like these guys are a bit slow. Here's Kyle Busch. A lot of people expected Kyle Busch to do extremely well in this race, but Kyle Busch was pretty much sausagized after his involvement with the crash on lap number 1. Now, an interesting fact, I made so many mistakes in a way, but I actually recorded this race, or at least trying to record this race a bit earlier today, and I actually recorded that race up until lap number 9 when I noticed that I made a few mistakes here and there. And that race was fairly tame, but this race, however, has not been so tame. We've seen a few guys drop out of the field as a whole. Damage mode glitching a bit there. Yeah, I guess in 2000 we saw the Bank Coach just had a bit of a messed up rear bumper, but that's not the case. However, Bank Coach is now on top. He's just gonna flash by Kyle Busch, and it looks like Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick gonna do the same. 3 Cup regulars all right next to each other, except Kyle Busch is way back. It looks like Kyle Busch was severely affected after that crash on lap number 1, so we'll have to see if Kyle Busch can do anything more in this race. Meanwhile, the leaders continuing to pass all the lap cars. Now he's chasing up to Vinnie Miller. Looks like JD Motorsports brought some of their alternative paint schemes. You know, of course you would expect the guys to be in their flex cars, but it looks like the Vinnie Miller has brought out a different car, which is the JAS tractor complex or something. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, no, that's just JAS for the most part. Bank Coach is continuing is now just chasing down Bob Hunter and lapping quite a lot of these guys. Excuse me. Apologies for I actually forgot to get my water in preparation for this race. Dom Trolozowski down pit road for some reason or another. Actually, where is Dom Trolozowski as of right now in terms of the positions? He is currently in 18th. Wow, so Dom Trolozowski not having that good of a day, to be honest. Anyways, where's Bank Coaches? There he is. Apologies. Oh, Kevin Harvick's going to pit road. I guess he's now going in for a pit stop. That's going to give Bank Coach the lead by quite a long shot. But even so, here is Bank Coaches. Now powering through the field of lapped cars. He's not doing too bad, though. I will say bank coaches, he has had a very similar performance as Froito Bobbin did. But then again, bank coaches is well, of course, in that over 9,000 car. And bank coach, I'm not sure where he started in this race, but even so, he's done quite well so far in this race, and now just leading by a long shot. Although he's mostly going to have this lead until he comes down pit road, which will be fairly soon, because I did turn on pit stops for this race. I just turned them on by 2 times to make this race more interesting. We'll see how long it actually is until bank coach just does choose to go on pit road. He's waiting a considerable amount of time, though. Here's Mitch Bronson now just going down pit road. I'm actually still getting used to the names of the drivers at Teddy Ryan Racing because you know, like they all have very similar looking cars, at least in terms of the number and the car itself and the, you know. Bank coach is just passing Ryan Segan. Bank coach almost left the entire field, as crazy as it sounds. In fact, coming up, oh, this dump zone was actually going fairly slow. And here comes bank coach going up pit road. You know, I was about to think, oh dear, is bank coach gonna lap his own teammate? Well, that would have been an interesting story, but not quite gonna happen yet, or possibly not at all. Ah well. So bank coach is now just going down pit road. Looks like Brandon Jones is there, just getting in pit stop. Here's bank coach, he's on pit road. Doesn't now like change his tires, fixing a bit of damage. Oh, there's Tyler Reddick. He's still sitting there on pit road. I've just noticed. Yeah, Tyler Reddick, he was another person involved, and it looks like the Tyler Reddick's car is severely damaged. Although I say that, he is running a 9th coin NASCAR race 2003 season, but is that actually true or not? I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, here's bank coach now just exiting pit road. According to the game, he's now in second, but I'm sure he'll be in first place soon. Wow, there's Kevin Harvick trying to move up positions, and it looks like the Hen is gonna just get around him. Meanwhile, bank coach will lose a few spots, but here's Hendon now getting held up by Vinnie Miller. So let's see if this shakes up the positions. Not by a lot though. Looks like now bank coach is, oh look, now he's being scored 4th, with Hendon being scored 2nd, I mean 3rd, and now Kevin Harvick being scored as 2nd. So who's in 1st then, you ask? Oh, it's Christopher Bell. Looks like he's now just going down pit road. Now, Christopher Bell was in contention earlier on in this race, but not entirely now. Not exactly sure what happened, but he's down pit road now for some reason or another. He's way on the front, though. So maybe he'll still be up there as race progresses along, but here's the leaders now just flying past our front straightaway. Oh, it looks like that Christopher Bell was actually a lap ahead of the field, so Christopher Bell not going to lose a huge amount of ground, but in fact, who knows, maybe Christopher Bell could take the lead from here on out. He might. We can find Christopher Bell. Oh, it looks like Tyler Reddick's finally come back on the racetrack now. It looks like they were able to repair the damage on his car a bit, as his car is looking a bit less destroyed. Here's Russell David not having a bad day. Russell David running in the top 10, about the same as Daytona. And we take a look at Christopher Bell. Oh, apparently now he's being scored 4th now, so we get back up to Kevin Harvick. It is now he in 1st place. It looks like bank coach is going to get around Hendon though. That's going to be the position for 2nd. So now Hendon, he has caught up to these guys in a way, but not by an insane amount. So Kevin Harvick is going to have the lead this time by going, completing this lap. So Kevin Harvick now being scored 1st, with bank coach now being scored 2nd, and Hendon now being scored 3rd. Oh, here comes bank coach is now going underneath Kevin Harvick. That's going to give bank coach the position, although they're side by side as of right now. So bank coach is Looks like he's going to attempt to hold this line going to the turn number 3. Kevin Harvick, though, trying his best to keep up the position. Not the easiest thing to do, though. So, pit stops haven't shaken up the positions that much. Now, Bank Coach is now back into first place, just like he was earlier on. So now Kevin Harvick is now continuing to keep up with Bank Coaches, but so far, not doing the greatest job in the world, but something. Oh, it looks like Dom Wazowski's managed to pull all the way up to 13th. I wonder what they're actually going to do with Domtron's car when he goes up pit road, eventually. Either way, here's Bank Coaches now leading. Indeed. Yeah. So top 3 sits as of right now. So now Henne is your leading regular series driver, or regular, you know what I mean. The first driver that's not scoring a bunch of points. So here's Ben Cook's now pulling away, lapping Ross Chastain. So these guys are having to make their way around that traffic, although it's not a big deal. Certainly not a big deal. And here's Bank Cook's about to lap his own teammate Dom Wazowski. Of course, these drivers both drive for Japan Motorsport, but Dom not having the best of days today. Although he is 13th though, but is that a super big deal? Well, we'll have to see as time goes on. I'm not sure if Dom is at the pit or he already pitted at some point a while back, but we'll have to think about that in a way as time goes on. But here's Bank Coaches, still leading. Looks like a line's got to get around Dom Wazowski. It looks like Dom Wazowski is now representing one of the lap cars in the race, which is not good. But at the same time, not really Domtron's fault, as he was involved in that crash in lap number 1. And involved quite severely as well. Domtron was one of the drivers that was squished. So he's lucky to still be running in this race. And running at 13th too. But it's a Tobal Motorsports driver currently leading as of right now. You know, Tobal Motorsports hasn't done too badly this season as well. It almost looked like Domtron was going to win at Daytona, but Domtron wound up coming in second. And the following day, Bernie Tobal won the Daytona 500 for the second time in his career. And, or at least in our records. And now we have Bank Coaches, another Tobal Motorsports driver, currently in first. But of course, I'm saying that the rest of Tobal Motorsports are in that battle today. I'm sure that Russell Davis is still in certain place. Yes, it looks like Russell Davis now currently running in 7th, actually. Yeah, we haven't taken on Russell Davis that well in this race, but he is in 7th, which is very good for him. So, there are 2 Tobal Motorsports drivers in the top 10. That's for Dom Wazowski, however. It looks like that he is staying on the racetrack, and Dom Wazowski trying to score the most amount of points as possible. Because Dom Wazowski is currently 2nd in the point standings. But that is going to change when the race ends. So far, there has been no swapping positions. Bank Coach has just led the day and is now actually pulling away from Kevin Harvick. So we're actually going to go back here and take a look at what's happening. It seems for the most part in this race, everyone's fairly tame. No one's making any crazy moves at the moment. No, indeed. It looks like Tyler Reddick is back on the racetrack, and so these guys are now just bending the throttle while going through turn number 3. Yeah, no battles for position happening at all. It looks like Kyle Busch is trying to play a bit with Shane Lamb. I mean, not Shane Lamb, Bob Hunter. Here's guys running in the top 10. Just no guy right now, just running out the 10th spot. Kyle Larson going a bit slow. But despite the fact that he has no hood, he is at least trying to power through. But here's Bank Coach, is still your leader. It looks like he's lapped Shane Lamb and Ty Majeski. And Kevin Harvick continues to lose ground. So, unless another caution comes out, Bank Coach just has this race in the bag. So, not a lot of stuff to report on. Plus, Energy 2003 is listing out a bit. His for some reason I'm thinking bank coach having some damage. Bit of a weird scenario, but oh well, what you gonna do? But here is bank coach is now leading, and Homestead by a lot as well. But overall, nothing really to report on it yet. We still have so many laps to go in the race, so no crazy accidents have come out since, or no crazy stuff has happened since. Well, I mean, there was a battle for the lead between Kevin Harvick and bank coaches, and there was a battle for a second between Christopher Bell and Edward, but it looks like that pit stop must have broken those battles up. And as of right now, no one can really do much for position. Well, here is Kyle Larson still with absolutely no hood in sight. But although for the most part you can't tear off a hood, but you can't really put that one put one back on. As soon as you tear off a piece of the car, whatever it may be, then that part is gone for the rest of the race. Here's bank coach is still leading after all these years. He's now about to get helped by Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, a Cup Series driver, making his first NASCAR Siemens start of the season, and so far doing pretty bad, to be honest. As bank coach just flies right by him. And really, for the most part, nothing crazy happening. The race has just been pretty tame ever since the pit stops. Although points above would be fairly proud to see the over 9,000 car back in victory lane for the first time since 2013 when Florence Bobbin last drove in the Cup Series. There's me just repeating a line that Ted said in the guide to the 2018 Siemens Next Series video. And the over 9,000 car was leading for a while at Daytona, and is now leading here at Homestead in the hands of bank coaches. But nothing to really report on. Here is just an all-guyer now battling with Brandon Jones. Might just be the one battle that we can actually report on this race, because this race has been fairly salty so far. So it looks as if now Brandon Jones is now chasing down just an all-guyer. And it looks like this is now just one of the last battles for position here on the racetrack. It looks like Brandon Jones is now doing his best to catch up to Justin Allgaier, although bank coach might get a help with these guys. Nope, bank coach is going straight to the, well, he's trying to go straight to the inside lane. All of this could or could not be the, oh, and Brandon Jones not going to get shoved to the outside lane. And that bank coach just spoiled the battle for 9th. Because Justin Allgaier is going to hold this position, but Brandon Jones is going to fall back to 10th. But bank coach just continuing to lap these guys. Holy moly. I haven't seen Ty Dillon's face. Did Ty Dillon like to make it into the race? He did, but he's not in the race anymore. Okay, no wonder. Okay. And Megan makes a pass. Just Allgaier easily. Yeah, because all 32 drivers did start this race, except not all 32 drivers are going to finish the race. So Ty Dillon is out of the race. Man, Ty Dillon, though. That's the second race in a row he has a poor finish, you know. Ty Dillon, he didn't even start the Daytona 500 because they had a camshaft failure. And then he gets involved in the lap number 1 crash here at Homestead. Man, Ty Dillon. Some people were thinking that this would be the time that Ty Dillon would be able to sort of get his career off the ground, at least here in NASCAR. And so far, Ty Dillon has somewhat failed to do that. You know, that's not even his fault either. Ty Dillon just had bad luck for the most part. Just like I said, a camshaft failure at the start of Daytona, and then involvement in a lap 1 crash. But ever since ever since bank coach has taken the lead now, where he's been very tame. Speaking of Kevin Harvick, he has... Where is Kevin Harvick? I just realized. Oops. Oh, looks like he's down pit road now. Alright. So we'll see pit stops from the leaders again soonish. But Bank Coaches just having a wonders of a race. If Kevin Harvick actually managed to catch up to Bank Coaches again, then we could see a battle between the two. But it's now just Bank Coaches just pulling away more and more. Oh, but here comes down pit road. Bank Coaches with a bit of an interesting maneuver to get on pit road, but he's going to do it successfully. So here goes Bank Coaches now on the pit road. Looks like he's going to go for a refuel and tire changes. But so far, a fairly flawless race for Bank Coaches. You know, Bank Coaches, he was lucky enough to have absolutely no involvement with the wreck at all. In fact, I think Bank Coaches was one of the only drivers of this entire race that didn't get involved with that lap 1 crash. Look at those beautiful looking pit boxes. There's Ryan C just putting up pit road, but Bank Coaches with the tire changes and the fuel, he's gonna come back on the way this time by. You know, some might say that Bank Coaches has quite a lead on Kevin Harvick, or at least that seems to be the scenario for now. But so far, yep, Bank Coaches now with a, well, for now a humongous lead on Kevin Harvick. Let's actually see what Kevin Harvick is up to on the road. Actually, no, that's a line down on the road. He's 6 actually. At Bank Coaches being scored 3rd and okay, apparently he's in 3rd. So who's in 1st then? Oh, looks like Christopher Bell. Oh, wow. Kevin Harvick just gave Christopher Bell the shove there. I think Christopher Bell might come on the pit road soon. We'll see how soon, though. Christopher Bell, while he's leading, he has yet to come down pit road. And he's thinking about doing it, but we'll see how long it takes. But for right now, Christopher Bell is now your leader. So Bank Coaches won't lead every single lap in the race. Or maybe Christopher Bell is now playing his strategy. He is leading. Could we see Christopher Bell win a 2nd race in a row? How crazy would that be? Hey, it could happen. Unless Christopher Bell has to go on pit road, which doesn't look like he has yet. He could, though. As he might do it soon. But for the most part, he is still up there in 1st. And he's doing well. Ish. But either way, yeah, Christopher Bell now leading. This is an interesting strategy here. Does Christopher Bell have to go on pit road, or he is now leading this race naturally because he played his strategy? He's in 1st, and if we take a look at the guy in 2nd, who is so far back I can't even see them. It's Bank Coaches now, but Christopher Bell now in 1st. Not Brandon Jones. Christopher Bell. It looks like we might be seeing Christopher Bell playing a strategy here. Could he win his 2nd NASCAR Siemens National Series race in a row? I'm not sure. It could very well happen if Christopher Bell stays out for the remainder of the race. And it looks like he has a humongous lead on Bank Coaches. So Christopher Bell, he can just sit here on a racetrack. Although he is 2 seconds off the pace of his best lap. So if we take a look at the lap times, so Christopher Bell, he is 2 seconds off the pace of Bank Coaches, but if Christopher Bell were to drive fast enough and stay long enough for the remaining laps in the race, Christopher Bell could win it. But man, oh man, we could see a battle sooner or later, or maybe no battle at all. And I could see Christopher Bell win it again. I mean, nothing stopping Christopher Bell from winning 2 races in a row. And only the first 2 races of the season. How crazy would that be? Either way, Christopher Bell is playing a strategy, as you can see. It's not a super crazy strategy, but it just might be one. Oh, it looks like his teammate Brandon Jones is going to go underneath him. Wow, Brandon Jones. It looks like Brandon Jones has a bit of a faster lap time than his teammate. Yep, these two RGGR teammates trying to get around each other. It looks like Brandon Jones doing his best to get underneath his teammate, despite the fact that Brandon Jones is an entire lap down. But nonetheless, here's Brandon Jones trying to get around his teammate. Despite the fact that Brandon Jones is an entire lap down, he's trying everything in his power to overtake Christopher Bell. You know, some say that Brandon Jones should just sit there for a while and not try to do anything crazy. But it looks like some of these guys are getting held up by Christopher Bell. Here's Rebecca now in 5th place. It's now 3 cars, and in fact, lots of people are getting held up by Christopher Bell. But Christopher Bell, he's trying to execute the strategy. He could win this race. Yeah. How crazy would it be to see Christopher Bell go 2 in a row, but it looks like Brandon Jones is now going to get past teammate Christopher Bell. Sort of. And now Brandon Jones now running on the outside lane. And Brandon Jones has gotten around Christopher Bell. But here comes Rebecca and Matt Tiff now trying to get around Christopher Bell. Oh, here he goes! It was going to happen eventually, but Christopher Bell now going down pit road. You know, Christopher Bell, I guess he tried to play a strategy, but I guess it came to a point where his tires got so worn out to the point that he just couldn't stay up for any longer. But that means that Bank Coach is going to retake the lead in the race soon. Here he goes through the corner. And here comes Bank Coaches on the front straightaway. 3 laps to go in the race. And while Christopher Bell's on pit road, next time by, we should see Bank Coaches in 1st place. Yep, Bank Coaches just squeezing his way past Ryan Reed. And Bank Coaches, he's now just keeping his car together. Looks like he might just collect 1st place this time by, as Christopher Bell should be off pit road by now. Yep. Bank Coaches now leading at Homestead. This is Bank Coaches in his first ever NASCAR Siemens National Series start. And it looks like he might just win in his first ever NASCAR Siemens National Series start. How crazy would that be? Yep. Although Bank Coach is no stranger to racing, he's been racing for years. But this is only Bank Coach's first race in the over 9,000 car to Bomb Motorsports. White flag, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Bank Coach only has to make 1 more lap around Homestead Miami Speedway. And he doesn't have to do that much. The guy taking place is far behind him. And now Bank Coach is now going to come off of turn number 4. Down the back straightaway, into turn 3. Bank Coach is keeping his wheels on the track. And as he navigates the corner off of turn number 4, with no one in sight, Bank Coaches will win the Amtrak 300 at Homestead Miami Speedway. And Bank Coaches is going to be the first one of the season to put the over 9,000 car back in victory lane in the form of the Siemens National Series. And of course, Bank Coaches wins in the Siemens National Series for the first time in his career. Bank Coaches won several races back in the Skills Cup Series, but like I said, this is first in the Siemens National Series. Not the most eventful race in the world, Bank Coaches led for the majority of the laps in the race. And he leads the final one as well. So this is the Cup Leaks in victory lane, but I suppose. Ooh, it looks like, yeah, somebody doesn't have that bad of a day though. Although we're gonna see who finished where, in the final thingamajiggies. Looks like several guys now keeps coming down pit road. Yep, this is just a thing. So yeah. Looks like Dom Tomaszowski managed to get up to 14th, so still could be worse. Nice why these guys are on pit road. As we just fast forward time, everyone comes on the pit road, and That's it. So, that is the end of the race. Let's take a look at the finishing grid. So, winning the race is Bang Coach putting the over 9,000 car in victory lane for the first time since Roy Development did it in 2013, with Kevin Harvick finishing second. So, top two for most of the day doing thingies. Hendrick finished third, being the highest finishing regular driver. And Rebecca finishing fourth in her first ever NASCAR Siemens National Series race, with Christian Bell finishing fifth, Brad Keselowski sixth, Edwards seventh, Russell David eighth, Justin Allgaier ninth. Wow, only 8 guys finished on the lead lap. Several other guys got lapped down, and some guys got involved in the wreck. So Justin Allgaier ninth, Brandon Jones 10th, Matt Tiff 11th, Kyle Larson 12th, Tyler Reddick 13th, Dom Tromazowski 14th, Ryan Reed 15th, Jeremy Clements 16th, Ryan Seek 17th, Mitch Bronson 18th, Winston River 19th, Cole Custer 20th, Finney Miller 21st, Kyle Busch 22nd, Bob Hunter 23rd, Walsh Chastain 24th, Tommy Jesse 25th, Shane Lamb 26th, Michael Land 27th, Elias Adam 28th, Ty Dillon 29th, Ernie Irvin 30th, Garrett Smithley 31st, Dan Amani 32nd, and that is your entire field rounded out. So only 32 drivers win this race, and only so many drivers. Although a total of only 6 drivers though retired from that crash. So while it did take out some drivers, it didn't do it as a big measure. But that is going to do it for the Siemens National Series race at home. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. I would also like to add that part of the black sticker that's supposed to go around the wheel is missing, which is exactly what happens when you rush a paint scheme. And of course, now there's a winning paint scheme, so that's going to be one for the sausage books.